Hey y'all, it's Cynthia again. I thought I'd touch base with you and let you know some things that are going on in my life. Not a whole lot going on though right now. It's that time of year that there's not a whole lot going on. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you about today, several years ago I did a book and it's called It Don't Take No Mental Heavyweight to Figure It Out. And it's a common sense guide to life. And I sat down and wrote this book for people that just don't have a lick of common sense. Now, I think the people that do have common sense would appreciate the book as well because they really don't realize that they do have common sense. But when I wrote it, it was because people just don't have a lick of common sense. And there's one little essay or section of the book that that's in there, and it's called Don't Think, Just Throw. And any of y'all who have ever seen the movie Bull Durham know that line. It's one of the most famous lines in that movie, and I just laugh even thinking about it. Because here's this high-priced fastball pitcher who can throw the ball so very fast, 95 miles an hour or whatever it is. However, he has no control over the ball. And the reason he has no control over the ball is that he's trying too hard. And I'm sure that there are times in your life that you have been just trying way too hard, and you say to yourself, if I don't think about this, I can just do it and it's not a big deal. So today I'm going to talk to you about just doing it and not thinking about it. So don't think, just throw. I went to a yard sale several years ago and I found this ball glove. And when I was in grade school, not high school, but when I was in grade school, I played softball. And I was a mean pitcher. I could pitch like there was no tomorrow. Now, I couldn't catch, I couldn't run, I couldn't hit, but boy, oh boy, I could really pitch the ball. I just had that perfect arch. Now, it wasn't fast pitch softball. It was girls softball, underhanded, but not fast pitch at all. So, but when I went to this yard sale, it was a family friend, and they were breaking up their house. Their father had died, their mother was moving in with one of her daughters, and they just needed to get rid of the house. And I was going through some stuff, and I found this glove. And it has Driscoll on it, which was, there were 4 girls, and Ann was a year ahead of me, and she was the girl that I knew. So and she was a big old tomboy, and I just knew that this was her glove, and I had to have it. Well, I found out later it was her sister Joan's glove, but it still is, has the same effect. And the ball came with it, and it's one of those softballs. So this is one of those ones that, you just use for practice and stuff. And when I got this, I thought, so many people just overanalyze everything they do in their life. They overanalyze what somebody said to them. They overanalyze what the news is doing. We are just paralyzed in our country and in our lives by overanalyzation. And that's the fault that I have, because a lot of times I just stew about something to a point where I am paralyzed. I just can't work it. I was telling a friend of mine earlier that I've got this pile of work that really needs to get done, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to have to deal with those people. I don't want to have to deal with that particular situation. So I just let it pile up. Well, you know what happens when it all piles up? People start getting mad, and they start calling you, and then you stress out about that. So, we sort of have an idea that you take a piece of paper, you handle it once, and then you're done with it. Good, bad, or indifferent, you're done with it. So that is one of the things that you need to consider in everything. So, the things that and deep down in your heart, that the more you think about it, the more you study about it, the more you fume about it, it's just going to cause you stress. Whereas at the very beginning, you know what the answer is. You don't like the answer. You really hope that that's not the answer, but you know what the answer is. And so if you just worked on it, whatever it is, at that point in time, then it would be done. And the amount of stress that you put on yourself and you stress out about on a continual basis is going to eat you alive. So, you know, when things like that happen to me, I always have that picture of Eddie Calvin, Nuke LaLoosh in the back of my mind, and it's don't think, just throw. So I'm going to say that to you today. Don't think, just throw. So there you go.